next hill, Sergeant. Private. Just around the next bend, Private. Sergeant still has questions.
This is a story of long ago. In Willimantic, in 1805, there was a colony of beavers that had built a tremendous dam up the stream from the mills. The beavers were very big and strong in those days, and they built a dam that completely blocked the river. It created a great lake upstream, and the mills no longer worked, and all the bosses were very upset. They announced that they would pay a high price for the hides or the heads of beavers, and all the workers who could not work at the mills and were just racking up debts in the company store, they went north along the dry riverbed to find the great dam and kill the giant beavers. They went far up the dry riverbed, and none of them ever spoke of what they found up there, but they came back. They came back dragging 6 heads behind them, and each head took 7 men to drag it along the riverbed, which was now flowing with a trickle of muddy, foul water, for they had broken away a part of the dam, and the water was beginning to flow through Willimantic again. They were paid their blood price for their heads, and eventually the mills went back to work. They displayed the skulls of the beavers all along Main Street for 72 years, and if you go to the town archives, you can still see photographs where the giant mammoth skulls of the beavers are seen. They are similar to the skeletons of an elephant, one skull being the size of one elephant. But the skulls aged, as bones tend to do, and they cracked and broke. And now, instead of being able to see the skulls, all you can see that marks the passage of the great beavers of Willimantic is the fact that the bone dust, which was kept under the town hall, was used when they poured the cement that supported the columns of the great frogs, which now mark the bridge of Willimantic. So when you go there, look for tiny marks in the cement, for that is all that is left of the great beavers.
So Ted, what's the best part about riding in a Viking boat?
Well, the best part about Viking culture in general is the invention of the screw. You know, we were able to, William, the explorer, invented the screw, so we were able to lash this boat together with stainless steel screws. So, you know, so it's a great contribution to our culture in general.
Oh, what about you, Colin?
Well, my favorite part is the ice cream. There's lots of ice cream. It's abundant. Always abundant.
We pick it, you know, off the shores.
Off the riverbanks. Yeah. It falls from the sky.
Yeah, it does rain ice cream on the Connecticut River.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
And the seagulls shit up in the air. They shit vertically.
What about you?
They shit ice cream.
Pat, what do you like best about being a Viking?
This is cool. Kicks ass. Like, who doesn't want to be a Viking?
Well, my great uncle used to tell me about a tree, and it was a tree that they would search for only on the hottest day of the year, deep summer, July, August, whenever it might happen to fall. And it was a tree that was told of in the ancient Norse mythology, in Viking times. And this tree was supposed to hold ice cream, and ice cream would fall from this tree on this particular day out of the year, this kind of magical event. And Vikings actually had ice cream. That was a very big part of their diet. And you know, but anyway, my uncle said that they would search along the riverbanks for it, for this tree, this one day of the year, and look for the ice cream falling from the sky, this white stuff dripping down. I guess in the mythology, it was supposed to be supposed to come from the gods. This tree itself, the ice cream tree, was a gift from the gods, and it was supposed to remind men and women of the coming winter, you know, to keep people from getting too lackadaisical in the summer, to keep them on task and get things done for the icy times ahead, you know. But my uncle, he also said that part of the reason that they looked for it was really to remind them of their heritage and the cold climate that we came from. And this tree, this fruit, this ice cream fruit, was supposed to give people a kind of power and vitality that was associated with this northern way of life, this extreme climate, this, you know, hardiness. This ice cream tree fruit was meant to sort of magically, you know, give that to people, this power. And you know, nowadays we substitute store-bought ice cream sometimes for a similar kind of transcendent power. But the ice cream from the ice cream tree out along the riverbanks, where it's meant to fruit on this one day of the year, the real ice cream is supposed to absolutely transform you. And as we went down in our boat, we were seeking for this everywhere along the way. Mystical Viking ice cream.
Yeah. Got a groove. Yeah. Feels good. Yeah. Those muscles are starting to.
I think the first day you do this, you're in a lot of pain. I think your muscles release like almost like a poison or something, from what I heard. And also they can get this
Searing pain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just slightly, like if you lift weights in a row a lot, you have these little micro tears. And then like the next day, or as you continue doing it,
We do have some good blisters.
really? There's not one on the tip of my finger.